The reason why you broke is because you have a consumer's mindset. When you have a consumer's mindset, people can treat you any kind of way when your credit is bad. They treat you any kind of way because you treat yourself any kind of way. They look at your 400 credit score, 500 credit score, and they say, you ain't serious about your money. So because you disrespect you, I'm gonna disrespect you. They look at your bank account and see that you stretching it. You got $5 a month, $100 a month, $200 a month. People treat people who desperate different than they treat people who have wealth.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Black Excellence Daily. I'm your host, Sean Croxton. Thank you so much for tuning in. We've got Eric Thomas, also known as E.T., the hip-hop preacher, on the show today. He is going to remind us that wealth is a consciousness. Wealth is not just an amount of money. Wealth is a consciousness that allows you to earn and keep that amount of money. Wealth is a mindset. Just like poverty is a mindset, wealth is a mindset. It is a way of being, a way of believing, a way of thinking, a way of feeling. When you have a wealth mindset, you cannot help but be wealthy. But if you have a poverty mindset, you cannot help but be impoverished. You cannot believe that wealth is this terrible thing that is going to make you greedy and miserable and it's the root of all evil. If you believe that, if you feel that deep in your soul, that is your mindset, that is your consciousness, and that is not conducive or attractive to bringing more wealth into your life. And he is going to ask a very important question when it comes to wealth. Are you a producer or are you a consumer? Because wealthy people have a consciousness of production. They produce their ideas. They produce products, they produce services, and they offer them in exchange for the income that they earn. Remember the quote that I mentioned a few weeks ago is by Earl Nightingale. He says that the amount of money that you have will always be in direct proportion to the quality and the quantity of the service you provide or the service you produce. So when you go out there and produce and you're producing high quality solutions for people's problems, you cannot help but be wealthy. But again, that is a consciousness. And so be honest with yourself. Are you a producer or are you a consumer? Eric Thomas is coming up.
Here's why most of you will never be successful. Because the thing you want, you ain't even ready for it. You're not even ready for it. Come on, you're not ready. So my boy Toad was talking to my wife. In fact, they was having their first child. And so we was going through like the nursery and and his wife was like, yo, we like that. Oh, that one right there. Oh, that's strong. Cause we got a little money and we had kids. So we always want to be the ones, you know what I'm saying? Let everybody else buy the diapers and the little onesies. You feel me? Let them get the onesies, all the diaper stuff. We'll get the big items. So we going through it and told like, yo, we want that one. And so we bought this stroller. I'm talking about that joker look like a Mercedes-Benz. They're having a second child. My wife was like, do y'all need a double stroller? Like, with the one we bought you, can't you put another hookup on? Told was like, we never used it. So what you mean you never used it? They was like, we didn't realize when y'all bought it for us, we didn't realize it was too big for the vehicle we have. You didn't hear what I just said? They looking on the hookup like, we want the most expensive one. We want the best one. I ain't tripping like I'll get it for you. But they never used it. Why? Because the vehicle they have is not prepared size-wise for the one we bought. The car too doggone small. They weren't ready for it. They wanted it, but they didn't prepare for it. There are those of you talking about you want $10 million. How in the world are you going to get $10 million with the mindset you got right now? Most of you go to jail if you had 10 mil because you don't even know how to pay your taxes. You be in jail. Most of you going to jail because you're not structured or organized. You don't know how much you owe them. You know how much you ain't kept no records, no receipts. The government probably gonna get more out of you than they're supposed to because you're not structured. You don't have the bank account set up right. Come on. I was working with a young lady. She can cook. I'm talking about cook her little butt off. She young. She desperate. She going through it. I was like, look, I'm gonna take care of you. Like, I'm gonna look out for you. So I was like, all right, I want to pay you. And so she's like, all right, Cash App. I said, Cash App? Cash App? We running a business. I can go to jail Cash Apping you this kind of money regularly. I was like, yo, just give me your bank account. She's like, I don't got a bank account. I'm like, you ain't got no bank account. How you starting a business without a bank account? Poverty mindset. Write it down. Some of you are not ready, and you're not ready, number 3, because you have a poverty mindset. You're not ready. You want wealth, but you still spend what you don't have. Let me tell y'all how I blew up. I tell people this all the time. This is how me and my wife blew up. We got to college. I never forget, my mother-in-law came up, told my wife, she's an only child. My mother-in-law's never been married. She went on a Ford lot in Dearborn, Michigan. She told my wife she could have whatever car she wanted. My wife picked the weakest, my wife got they don't even make these no more. That's how bad it is. My wife got a Trio Tracer. I'm like, boo, you getting a tree? You know me, I'm broke. I got a broke mindset. My wife was the one that had a wealth mindset her whole life. I was broke. I'm on the lot like, yo, let's at least get a Mustang 5.0. I'm like, at least, boo, we had 4. Come on, boo, we can't get the Mustang 5.0? My wife was like, what? I said, your mom told you can have whatever you want, and you getting a Trio Tracer? She's like, but I'm gonna get the spoiler kit. I don't care what you get, it's a Trio Tracer. It's terrible. We can get a Lincoln, we can get a truck. We could have got a Bronco at that time, a Ford Mountaineer, an Explorer. I'm like, you getting a Trio Tracer? My wife said, listen here. My mom's getting the car, but she can't pay for it in cash. So if something ever happened to my mom and my mom can't pay the note, we have to get the type of car that just in case something happened to my mom, we can still afford it. Oh, y'all not here. You didn't hear nothing I just said. You didn't catch it. She said, we can't get what my mom can afford. If something happens to my mom and we got to pay the note, we have to get what we can afford. We have to get, if something happens to my mom and my mom lose her job, we have to be able to pay the note. So we can't get what we want. We have to get what we can afford. That's why most of you broke. You broke because you got a poverty mindset. You stretch your money. Listen to me. I try to explain to people, I'm not a multimillionaire because I made more money than most people. It's just what I did with my money versus what you did with your money. I ain't never won the lottery. Ain't nobody gave me no 100 grand. Ain't nobody ever gave me $50,000. Matter of fact, I don't remember the last time somebody gave me 5 grand. Nobody has ever just come up to me and given me $5,000 cash. Nobody. I'm not where I am because I've had more than you. I'm where I am because we both had the same amount, but what you did with yours versus what I did with mine is different. What I did with my credit versus what you did to yours. We had the same credit opportunity. You just blew yours out the frame. Yo, you have a poverty mindset. You stretch everything. And then, boom, when it popped, you don't have nothing to. Then we moved to Huntsville, Alabama. We went to the cheapest. We got the cheapest doggone. I'm like, come on, sweetheart. We got an apartment that had roaches. My wife was like, it's all good. We're gonna get some boric acid. We're gonna put some sugar in the boric acid, shake that boy up, and we're gonna put the boric acid around, and we're not gonna have no roaches. I was like, but boo, everybody on campus that's doing it, they live off Spark, man. She's like, we're not everybody on campus. And we don't have that kind of money. Are you hearing what I'm saying? It's a mindset. You want to make $10 million to do what? What you going to do with the $10 million? Do you understand that when you get past a certain amount, if you're not going to give it away or if you're not going to be a blessing, it don't even make sense to make $10 million? Do you understand? Do you understand what the government will do to your money if you're making $10 million and you ain't blessing nobody? Do you understand how much of that $10 million they going to take? So number 3, one of the things you got to do is you got to go from a poverty mindset to a wealth mindset. You got to go from a to a rich people aren't rich because they have more than you. Rich people are rich because they think different than you do. I'll say it one more time. Rich people aren't rich because of what they have. Rich people are rich because of what they do with what they have. Does that make sense? So say it with me. I'm going to change my mindset.
I'm going to change my mindset.
Come on, I'm going to change my mindset.
Change my mindset.
And wealth is going to run after me. Come on, wealth is going to run after me. Say, I'm an ATM machine. Come on, I'm an ATM machine. I produce money. Some of y'all saying, you laugh like, oh, E hilarious. E just making up stuff. I'm an ATM machine. Listen to me, I'm not even in America. I'm outside of the U.S. right now making money. I'm not even where I was born. I'm an ATM machine. I produce money. I don't borrow or ask for money. I produce money. My gift will make room for me. My gift will make room for me. I'm a producer, not a consumer. That's what I mean by when you have a wealth mentality or a poverty mentality. When you have a wealth mentality, you produce. When you have a poverty mentality, you consume. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna go slow. When you have a poverty mindset, you're constantly looking to take your money and buy something. Every time you get something, you're trying to buy. Somebody said, E.T., you ain't got a Bentley? What would I have a Bentley for? Why would I buy a vehicle that's worth $250,000 in America when I can't park it nowhere? Now, you might be good in London, I don't know. But where I'm from, in Michigan, if I had a $250,000 vehicle, I can't go to Walmart in it. I can't take it to the movie theater. The only place I can take it is to my house, and I don't even know if it'll be secure. I probably have to pay somebody to watch it. Get a different type of garage. Or the only time I could really have it is when I'm driving it somewhere. But as soon as I park it, it's a liability. I'm gonna say it again. I want to make sure I'm clear. What could I do with a $300,000 vehicle? If I go to my grandma's house, they're gonna steal it while I'm in her house. If I go to my mother-in-law's house, they're gonna steal it while I'm in the house. If I go to my mom's house, somebody might take. I'm not sure my mom lives in the suburbs, but somebody might see it and say, we're gonna take that. If I was in my mom's house and nobody took it, I would still be nervous and thinking about it the whole time I was eating. I could never rest if I had a $300,000 vehicle. Why? Because I don't live in a neighborhood where other people have it. I live in a working neighborhood. So I'm gonna take that $300,000 and put it in real estate. And I'm gonna watch it grow, and I'm gonna give it to my kids' kids. Because I don't have a poverty mindset. I have a producer's mindset. Write down which one you are and be honest. And if you want to go 50-50 with me, 60-40, however you want to do it, write it down. But you need to be honest. You cannot fix what you don't. So you need to understand, people who are wealthy are not wealthy just because somebody gave them a bunch of money. Nobody gave me a bunch of money. I come from a working class. And when I come to the bank, they always want to talk to me when I come to the bank. Why? Because the bank sees me as somebody, they like, ooh, not only do you put money in, you keep it in. So we need you. Why? Because we're going to take your money and make money off your money. So we need your money. Right? For real. I just got into it with the lady at the bank. I'm a producer. I got into it with her. I'm buying a house in San Diego. She's going to tell me, we're going to give you're going to give us a 20% down payment. I said, somebody off the street could come in and get a 20% down payment. I'm putting millions of dollars in your bank. Don't talk to me like that. Y'all think I'm playing. I went D on her. Don't talk to me like that. Don't play with me. The other lady was like, well, we want you to be a private client. I said, I'm about to be no private client. It looked like in this relationship, all y'all do is take. You want me to give y'all, you want me to guarantee some more of my money so y'all can keep treating me like this? I said, how dare you? I'll go somewhere else that I don't even bank and they'll give me 20%. The reason why you broke is because you have a consumer's mindset. And when you have a consumer's mindset, people can treat you any kind of way when your credit is bad. They treat you any kind of way because you treat yourself any kind of way. They look at your 400 credit score, 500 credit score, and they say, you ain't serious about your money. So because you disrespect you, I'm going to disrespect you. They look at your bank account and see that you stretching it. You got $5 a month, $100 a month, $200 a month. People treat people who desperate different than they treat people who have wealth.
That was Eric Thomas. His website is ericthomas.com. You can watch today's entire talk on YouTube. It is called Eric Thomas, Producer versus Consumer, Eric Thomas motivation. Hey, please follow me on Instagram at Sean Croxton. We have daily reels that coincide with our talks. Also, please leave a 5-star rating and review for the show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Also, we are available now on YouTube. And so if you're a YouTube podcaster, you'll find the Black Excellence Daily Show there as well. All right, I'm going to see you tomorrow. We got Steve Harvey on the show. Have a great day. I'm out. Peace.